Hi, this is Steve. Welcome back to Scale Model Kit Review. In this video, I'll be building the Nissan GTR R35 from Eaglemoss. I am on issue 9, stage 33. Now please watch the entire video because I'll show you how to overcome some of the issues I had with the chassis. In this case, we'll be installing one of the main chassis components up front, and it gave me a little bit of difficulty, but I'll show you how you can overcome those. So let's get started on stage 33. Welcome back. Let's look at the instructions for stage 33. So for stage 33, we'll be installing the front and rear chassis parts. So we got a couple more pieces we need to add to the chassis. And looks like we have 3 steps involved with that. So let me get these parts out, we'll get a closer look, and then we'll start the assembly. Here's a close-up. We received the front chassis part and the rear chassis part. We got AM screws and GM screws. Both of these are metal. You can see on the rear we actually have an opening for a speaker of some sort. And then for the front we actually have the outline of the transmission on there. That's how that looks. They both look fantastic, so let's get started. So we have a total of 3 steps with this, and we're going to be inserting this panel here on the front of our chassis. Simply goes down like that. I did a little dry fit to it, so I think I figured out how it needs to go because it is definitely a very tight fit. We're going to be putting in AM screws, so we need to lubricate the holes because once again we are putting them into metal. Makes it a lot easier that way. Putting in 4 screws. I couldn't get my panel to fit on here very well, so I'm having to file away some of the parts on the very back side. Just use a little Tamiya file. Now after trying to fit this panel on, after dry fitting, it really didn't fit. I had to do some filing of the metal, and you can see where the bare metal is. I had to file the back end down a little bit, some of the sides on both sides, and I also had to file the trailing edge here just to get everything to fit down. I've got it to where it fits down pretty good, so before I put this back together I'm going to go ahead and throw a little paint on there to protect it. And like I was saying, we need to make sure we lubricate those holes before we put our AM screws in. So I'll be right back. And I am using a Tamiya X18 semi-gloss black for this. Alright, before we get started, I'm going to lubricate these holes again. Take and carefully fit this down. On there. There we go. Hear that snap? It's on. The front one in first. Leave it loose a little bit. Next one. Leave that loose a little bit. Now the back two. A little bit loose. And the last one. Alright, now I can tighten them all down. This panel was a bear to put on. But everything worked out in the end. I don't know if it came warped or what. And there we go. Panel is on. Let's see what it looks like on the back side. Looks good. Now let's put the back panel on. And the last couple steps is to put on the rear panel, and we'll do a test fit of this, and it just fits down there perfectly just like that. So before we do this, we're going to lubricate the holes. We're putting GM screws into this since the threads aren't pre-cut. We'll put some Vaseline on those holes. And we'll take the panel, put it down right on top, and we'll put our first GM screw into this. There's one. And two. Number three. This panel fits like a glove. The other one fits like a glove, but it was a bear to get on. There we go. That's what that looks like. I'll flip it over, and it looks like that on the other side. Once again, the front panel put on. And that completes stage 33. Thanks for watching this, everybody. This was definitely a challenge for me. The front panel itself just would not fit. I had to do some filing down. So I'd highly recommend you pick up yourself a good set of those Tamiya files. And the basic file set will give you everything you need where you can file down the metal. And that worked perfect. Also using, you know, the semi-gloss paint from Tamiya, the X18. That worked perfect for touching up the paint. But now it fits perfectly on there. I have no issues with it at all. Remember, you can find these tools on my Amazon store. We also completed the back panel, and that went down just like a glove, no problem there. So if you liked my video, please give me a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel. If you haven't done so already, head over to Eaglemoss and subscribe to this before it goes away. I highly recommend this build to everybody. It's been a lot of fun. With that, happy modeling. Happy modeling, everybody. Stay tuned for stage 34, as now that we have the chassis, we can start installing a lot of the components that we've already assembled in previous issues. So this is going to be fun. It's going to start coming around, start looking like that Nissan. Happy modeling, and take care.